The gaming industry is headed for a crash, and we all feel fine about it. It needs to happen, in my opinion. I've been priced out of games my entire life, but it was okay. For most of my life, I was okay with going and renting games and renting movies from the local video store. But then those died, and then I just got completely priced out. Game Pass is the next best thing, but there's only some games on there that are worth playing. Everything sucks. Monetization for everything sucks. Everything's got a skin pack. Used to be only free-to-play games has stuff like this, and slowly, we called it. We knew it was gonna happen. They just rolled it out for all these premium games. They got more expensive, more expensive. Now we got full-price games coming out that have these free-to-play mechanics of old. And they're even worse than ever before. We're getting AAA slop. Everything looks the same. Everything's running in the Unreal Engine, but it looks pretty. 10 out of 10.
Am I crazy, or does it seem like gaming is gasping and wheezing on the side of a road while some soulless CEO tries to get us all hooked on the smack of live services?
Looks like with a 5G network streaming latency-free gaming to every device you own, it's really easy to imagine that games would permeate our lives much the way digital music does today. From the minute I get up in the morning, everything I do has an impact on my gaming life, both discrete and indiscreet. The amount of eggs I have in my internet-enabled fridge might mean my Sims are better off in my game.
This sounds dystopian. This looks dystopian. Everything about this is dystopian. Do these people, do they know when they make stuff that looks like this, that it looks dystopian sci-fi, like the villains in sci-fi movies?
The length of distance I drive in my Tesla on the way to work might mean that I get more juice and Need for Speed. If I go to soccer practice in the afternoon, by virtue of internet-enabled soccer boots, that might give me juice or new cards in my FIFA product.
So this motherfucker, I mean, the nerve, the temerity.
The business model where you pay for everything and you own nothing. Over the last few years,
We will own nothing and we will all be happy. Or else. That's what they want. They want us to eat the bugs and live in the pods. And just buy, consume. And they want you to not have a choice of what you're consuming. Oh, you want to play a game? Well, here's Assassin's Creed Shadows. It's all we got, and you're going to play it. And you're going to like it. You're not allowed to say anything bad about this thing that we're making you play.
it's clear that the gaming industry is headed face first into another industry collapse. When FIFA underperformed 2 years in a row for EA, I knew the jig was up. Either that or the fans of FIFA realized they
The jig is up, the news is out, they've finally found you.
were paying full price for the same game over and over again with small yearly incremental updates.
He's out of line, but he's right.
EA Sports, FC25, flops, spooks investors, sinks stock prices.
Couldn't have happened to a nicer company.
I've also been seeing less and less of football, soccer, to me, what it really is. But I've been seeing less and less content about it online recently. I've been seeing a lot more hockey, though. Without me interacting with it, I've been seeing a lot more hockey. A lot more people being into hockey.
Oh no! What happened?
The company maintained a positive outlook with regards to its gaming quality. This month our team delivered a comprehensive gameplay refresh in addition to our annual Team of the Year update in FC25. EA CEO Andrew Wilson said, "Positive player feedback and early results are encouraging."
Microtransactions
Positive player feedback. But if you hate on the game, we're gonna ban you. So we just get an echo chamber of people glazing it, and you don't actually get any positive feedback. Because you think all of your actual positive feedback is negative feedback and attacks.
subscriptions, in-game rewards, and additional revenue outside of the base game sales represent the majority of EA's business. The live services and other segments accounted for more than 73% of the comp, $7.56 billion in 2024. Revenues up from 66% since
Is this dude playing Led Zeppelin in the background? That's kind of awesome. Wait a minute. I could totally do that, couldn't I? I could like get 16-bit songs, 8-bit versions of awesome music that I like. I'm gonna look into that.
2020.
Andrew Wilson, Mr. Sinister if he got into gaming instead of mutant genetics.
When I look at FIFA, it reminds me of something in the motorcycle world that I like to call the Gixxer effect. Suzuki has sold the same GSXR 750 since 2011. FIFA's pretty much that for EA. Oh yeah, and Dragon Age crashed and burned, that also hurt EA stocks a bit too, but highlighting that is like beating a dead horse. Ubisoft was reeling from the bad press of Assassin's Creed Shadows. It was a success or a massive failure, depending on who you spoke to on Twitter.
It was technically a success, but also technically a massive failure. It didn't succeed as much as they needed it to.
It don't matter. None of this matters.
But one thing is irrefutably true. They still had to sell out 25% of the company to Tencent.
Ubisoft's $4 billion carve-out sells Tencent a 25% stake in some of its biggest games. Tencent will invest $1.3 billion in a new entity controlling Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six.
They sold out China, actually. That's what that means.
The moronicism of Ubisoft is driven home by the success of a developer who quit the company to do his own game to critical acclaim.
Claire Obscure, Expedition 33 director, left Ubisoft because he was bored. According to Guillaume Broche, it would have taken 25 years to navigate all the bureaucracy in AAA studios just to get started on the game.
Yeah, and just for them to tell you, nah, I don't see how we can put skin packs in this. I don't see how we can monetize this. Where's the battle pass mechanic? Where's the storefront?
Claire Obscure sold 2 million copies in 12 days. In that timeline, Assassin's Creed sold 1 million copies, but claimed to have 3 million players, which leads me to believe that they were also counting people playing it on Ubisoft Plus. The problem with gaming today is that it's too corporate, it's too mainstream, and when these elements worm their way into any hobby, into any subculture, creativity is crushed under the weight of bureaucracy, political correctness, and the never-ending pursuit of money. We are in the digital dark age, and if you don't believe me,
Call of Duty, Jay and Silent Bob, fire up Call of Duty their way.
The 420 way, am I right? The devil's cabbage, gotta smoke it.
Call of Duty, threat level, extremely giggly. Seth Rogen joins the fight in Call of Duty, coming to Season 3 of Reloaded.
How does it feel to have lived long enough to see all of your favorite franchises go down in flames?
Dude, like, actually, I used to love Jay and Silent Bob. I used to love Seth Rogen when I was in high school. Like, those were my things. Those were my favorite things. Pineapple Express and Clerks. Holy shit. Like, me and my friends would dress up as characters of Jay and Silent Bob, Clerks, you know, Dogma, all those movies, all the Kevin Smith movies for Halloween and shit all the time. What happened, man? What happened? I'll tell you what happened. Hollywood happened. Corporate leftism happened. Pandering to a modern audience that doesn't exist for money that they can't have. That's what happened.
Feels great.
in an age of creative stagnation, there can only be imitation. Call of Duty and many other shooters are reduced to copying Fortnite in some sad attempt to stay relevant by putting celebrities from the early 2000s in the game.
And they're all doing that, by the way. All of these games are doing that. So they're all doing the same things, trying to be the same thing, just a different flavor of it. It's all just the same. That's why nobody likes it. You're just doing the corporate thing that nobody likes.
How do you do, fellow kids?
What?
Because a 15-year-old loves weed humor from creatively geriatric comedians that haven't been funny in the last decade and a half. But not to be outdone, EA also has some horrible news yet again.
Titanfall game has been canceled at EA Respawn. It was an extraction shooter. 300 to 400 jobs at EA were eliminated today.
I think they saw what was going on with Marathon and was like, oh shit, Marathon is gonna blow us out of the water. Oh shit, everybody hates Marathon. Oh no, they're really gonna hate our game.
Don't worry, the shares holders see profit and growth, so that's all that really matters.
Titanfall was created by the original members of Infinity Ward, who were canceled by Activision after the original Modern Warfare dropped and blew our collective minds. Infinity Ward had created a high-energy shooter in the style that made them famous. with the futuristic twist and also having some killer mechs in the mix. Titanfall arguably
I got a confession to make. I've never played Titanfall or Titanfall 2. I probably should. I probably will.
was the last unique first-person shooter. I guess when Apex Legends dropped in, it had more diversity than a bag of Skittles. I should have seen the writing on the wall that I would never see Titanfall again, especially when EA loves games that focus on selling digital garbage. Anyway, Respawn posted a long corporate letter.
Didn't they make Titanfall 2 always online only when it first came out, and then they had to roll it back and make it offline?
That mirrors all corporate letters we have seen 1,000 times for Forevermore and Sancionados. A whole lot of word salad that ultimately means someone's getting fired, a game has been canceled, and we need to free up money for the CEO's bonuses. After Liberation Day Jack punched the socio-economic landscape right in the sweetness like Bitcoin did last fall, the house of cards known as the gaming industry came tumbling down. Nintendo decided it wasn't going to wait for GTA to make the $100 base game the standard. It went right for the throat with digital copies of old Zelda games that you could buy on eBay for $20 to $40. Now it's $70 to $80. Cough it up for Miyamoto.
Yeah, they were hoping that all the game companies that haven't raised their prices yet will start raising their prices and everybody will forget about old Nintendo. But now everybody just knows them as the company that started this.
That price is not so bad. The game itself is a little expensive. Okay. Now with tariffs, we don't know if the tariffs are affecting this console right now. We do know that in 2019, Nintendo moved production of the console out of China to Vietnam to avoid the tariff war. But as we know today, Vietnam was just hit with tariffs. So we have no idea how that's going to work or anything. That you would hope that Nintendo might have planned that into the release of the system.
I wonder what all these companies are going to do now that they've raised their prices and blamed it on economic issues. Now the economy is starting to bounce back. I wonder what they're all going to do when that happens. When it completely bounces back or even gets better. Are they going to drop their prices down or are they going to double down?
But we'll see from there.
Touches so.
What also amazes me is how Nintendo's completely come out and let everyone know that if you modify your Switch 2, that they have every right to brick your console and
yeah, the timing of this, right? They raise all their shit, they raise the prices of everything, and then they make piracy even worse, right? Because they know that people are just gonna turn to piracy. But you know what they're just gonna do now? They're just gonna straight up not buy a Switch and still pirate. So you're losing out twice instead of gaining a win and a loss. You're taking 2 L's. Congratulations, Nintendo. You fucked yourself.
Make it totally unusable. Only the gaming industry has such absolute hubris and disdain for their own customer base. Could you imagine buying a car or motorcycle, putting an exhaust on it, and then, I don't know, Ducati's just like, sorry, bud, we detected that you put an exhaust in your bike, so we're now going to do this to it so your bike never works again. Thank you very much.
On May 1st, Microsoft went ham, jacking prices for consoles no one was in a mad rush to buy in the first place.
We're going to raise price of all of our consoles that nobody's really buying so that you go out and get an Amazon Fire Stick so you can stream from the cloud on your TV.
Microsoft is raising prices on the Xbox console with games set to hit $80 this year.
Oh, what a treat, what a treat.
As of May 1st, we'll be adjusting our recommended retail pricing for our consoles and controllers.
Woo, they're raising prices of games that I already wasn't playing because I was priced out a long time ago.
Controllers worldwide. We also expect to adjust the pricing of some of our new first-party games starting this holiday season at $79.99.
Some of these games are on PC, and now they're going to PlayStation. You have no bartering chips.
We understand that these changes are challenging, and that they were made with careful consideration given the market conditions and the rising cost of development. Looking ahead, we continue to focus on offering more ways to play more games across many screens and ensuring value of the Xbox players.
The tariffs are accelerating the gaming industry crash.
Yeah, if you're wondering, Fables, why do you constantly talk about video game news if you don't actually partake? I do partake. I am doing research on games that I am going to buy 5 years from now. which would be all of the new games now. Which ones are going to be worth my time, worth my money 5 years from now? That's why I talk about all this stuff. Also, I think it's kind of hilarious. Everything's falling apart. Everything's bad. Everything sucks and everybody's mad. Not me. Because I already wasn't in it. I'm just reacting. I'm a reaction channel. Hi, I'm Fables Folly. This is the Fables Folly. That's also the place that I'm in. It is simultaneously me and the place that I am at. I have a gaming channel down there in the description also. I play a lot of retro games, a lot of indie games.
How can we be expected to pay more for such mediocrity? This may be why the gaming industry is relying so heavily on GTA 6, but with it being delayed till May, the hope for a $100 base game will take another 6 months minimal. And when that happens, the final ushering in of the triple-digit game era will begin, which, if judging by internet reactions, and Take-Two stock prices skyrocketing, the people will pay. We are the only generation that has lived through at least 4 life-altering events in the last 8 years. And the only thing one can glean from all of this is,
it can always get more lame and gay. I guess the $100 digital game is next on the menu.
Yep! GTA 6! And guess what? They made it lame and gay. They put pride parades in it, and you can't actually, hurt anybody in that said pride parade, which goes against everything that GTA has always been about. So even our favorite, most bestest, biggest game has been taken over by woke, weirdo activist types who just want to push an agenda and pander to themselves and make everybody hate them even more and destroy everything that we love.
This is fine.
I'm getting impatient at this point. News of the delay has landed hard with fans such as Diane Kawende, 27. I'm absolutely furious right now. He tells the BBC News Beat, there's fire flowing through my body right now. This ruffles my jammies!
Little dude was crashing out. He was spazzing hard.
GTA 6 will only be available on PlayStation 5 and Xbox at launch, meaning owners of older consoles will need to upgrade to play it.
A 27-year-old man is losing it to play his video game. Not a 12-year-old. With little else to look forward to in their life due to a lack of freedom, this generation is cooked.
Can't do it. I can't take this shit no more, man.
Yeah, like, if you spend your time on the internet trying to defend a game that everybody's hating, that you love, you're a big baby. If you are going out of your way to hate on people who like a game that you hate, you're a big baby. You're all a bunch of big babies. Just, man, nothing's real. This isn't real life we're talking about. This is entertainment. Go outside. Raise some chickens. Plant a garden. What the fuck are you doing? Why are you so mad, bro? You got issues. You need to get off the internet for a little while if you're actually getting upset about things on the internet, getting upset at people and crashing out and insulting people because you're mad. It's not real. None of this is real.
Grand Theft Auto 6 delay just affected the entire video game industry. What's clear is that Grand Theft Auto 6 has found itself touted as...
No, we aren't even looking at GTA 6 as being affecting our whole monetization system. No, GTA 6 has nothing to do with our delays. We just had to delay it. We're releasing our game early. No, it's not because GTA 6 changed their release date. Just happened to be, at the almost exact same time. But we can actually feel it as the consumer. We can feel the shift. And we know that you're all lying.
As the linchpin to the video game industry's near future. Any news on the project's development has a huge ripple effect. So how does a 6-month delay reflect significant change in Rockstar's corporate culture? What calls into question this year's console market revenue and potentially affect the Switch 2?
Isn't the Switch 2 coming out, in a few days? How does it make sense?
This generation needs a definitive console shift title. It needs Grand Theft Auto 6. If you're a publisher releasing at the same time as Grand Theft Auto 6 is akin to throwing a bucket of water in a tsunami.
When the entire industry needs and also fears one game, that's not a sign of growth.
Man, I can't wait for GTA 6 to release so I could not waste my time playing it and I can just react to everybody crashing out over this game. It's gonna be glorious. It's gonna make everybody mad, and I'm gonna be laughing at both sides, at everyone. People who are defending it, people who are like, this is the worst game of all time. They're trying to steal your children. Even though it's an M-rated game, but like, they are trying to steal your children. I don't know. Yeah, fuck them all. I'm just gonna laugh at them because they all suck. They all suck, man. They're all trying to manipulate you into being on their side and agreeing and giving them the clicks.
Not a sign of creativity. It's a sign of absolute stagnation, to the point of where people are so bored that they only care about one game in a console generation, when there used to be entire armies of great games on a console, or multiple consoles. Not to mention GTA 6 isn't really pushing the industry itself forward. It's more about making the $100 base game a thing, because all of these other companies know that only GTA can pull this off, considering that GTA 5 made $8.5 billion.
I don't think $100 is enough. I think it needs to be $150, $200. Really, $200 would be ideal for a game like GTA 6, because then parents won't buy it for their kids. Only people who really, really, really want to play GTA 6 will be able to play it. And it's still not going to be me. I'm not going to pay $30 for GTA 6, probably. I'll wait until it's 15, maybe. GTA 5 is $15 right now, and I'm still not buying it. Because GTA 6 is coming out soon. Why would I buy GTA 5? They're going to be ending that play cycle soon. By the time I get around to buying GTA 6, GTA 7 will be coming out. So there'll be no point. I might like go to a friend's house and play GTA 6 for the story until it pisses me off or I get bored of it.
$1 billion. By 2024, Take-Two is foaming at the mouth off of the very idea of the $80 plus base game, and the money printer known as GTA Online shark cards. The shark cards that Take-Two wanted to defend so badly they literally took down modding sites for Grand Theft Auto 5 because they thought gamers were less likely to spend more money on a free skin. If anything, GTA 6 will usher in a new age of games as service and cash grabbing. New heights of digital avarice will be.
We can't have innovation if we think it costs us money right now. It might make us more money in the future because it makes our thing more popular, but right now it's not making us more money, so get that shit out of here. Banned. No innovation for you. You can't make your game better. You can't have fun unless it's within the parameters that we set so we can make more money off of microtransactions and shark cards and shit. Go fuck yourself, man. Go fuck yourself if that's your mindset for your game.
Achieved. The events that will unfold will not be undone. It will embolden already tone-deaf AAA game companies to try and emulate GTA's success by focusing solely on its monetization practices, and the industry will collapse under the weight of its own greed. Oh well, as a wise man once said,
Don't matter. None of this matters.
And on that, I'm going to bed. I will admit GTA 6 does look cool though.
It does. It does. It does look cool. And it looks really cool for me to be playing in like 5, maybe even 10 years. Might play the campaign somewhere at a friend's house, probably. Maybe. Maybe not. You know, who knows? I might not even get around to playing this one. You don't have to play all the games. I don't. I only buy like 1 to 3 games a year, and usually they're only like $5, $15. I don't buy full price games unless it's something that I know I, myself, me, am gonna think is a 10 out of 10. Baldur's Gate 3, had to get it, because it just looked like something that I would have been into, and guess what? I totally was. I was right. Worked it. Paid $60 for it. Awesome. Have it forever. Love it. Resident Evil 4 Remake. Resident Evil 4 OG is one of my favorite games of all time. Resident Evil, my favorite franchise of all time. They haven't made a bad game yet, in my opinion, in the mainline series. And some of those offshoot titles, some of the side stories, I love those too. So I got that. Cyberpunk 2077 technically wasn't full price for what it was actually supposed to be paid for. I bought it for $60 with Phantom Liberty. Great, loved it. I think those are the only 3 games that I've paid full price for. Everything else was like, I bought Terraria on sale for $5 one time. I bought 2 copies of it so I could play with somebody. I bought Stardew Valley for like $5. I bought No Man's Sky for $20. These are all amazing games in my back catalog that I'm just itching to go back and play, but I got too much to play, man. And it builds up 1 to 3 games more per year. I can't keep up with all this stuff. I ain't got the time. I'm not spending 8 hours a day playing games. I got too many things to do. I have a life. And when the gaming industry inevitably crashes, I'm gonna laugh. Because all these evil companies are just gonna crash and burn. All that's gonna be left are the companies that we love. At least until the cycle repeats itself. And they start being taken over by corporate entities with a different movement attached to it. In the 90s, it was all about advertising. There was ads and everything. In the 2000s, it was all about like trendy vibes and like extreme stuff, and like sports drinks and energy drinks. And now it's all skin packs and microtransactions and license deals, which it's always kind of been about licensing deals, but never licensing deals with like skin packs, microtransactions, you know? There were licensing deals with having licensed characters in games, but those were free and in the game. You didn't have to pay extra for those usually. How did we get here, man? How did we get here? I don't actually even really fucking care. If it all ends today, I'll still have games to play tomorrow. Too many to even complete before I die. That's all I got. Buy a t-shirt down there in the description. I'm out.